Peepers, what's going on, man? It's your boy Mike. I wanted to come and talk to you guys today about some things that are going on in terms of the Best Friends Book brand, what we're doing, and what we're planning on doing coming up in the future here. We are still working on some other literary pieces. We are going to be coming out with a new book soon. Well, maybe not soon, but it's in the works. We're working on it. And it's a book on parenting while married. And with this, because this is a very important and very intricate part of your marriage, is parenting for those married couples who have children. Because if we don't discuss this, or if we don't have a basic understanding of parenting principles, how we parent, things of that nature, it can ruin your marriage. It can really hurt. It can really damage your marriage. So be on the lookout for that. It is coming. But what I wanted to do is to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about that idea, parenting, in marriage. Now, most research, if you're in the mental health field where you do any kind of family therapy or youth therapy, like MST, like what I do, MST, or intensive in-home or anything like that, one of the most basic principles of parenting is, you have four domains. So you have the authoritarian, permissive, and then the parent that just doesn't, he's just non-existent. So with this, usually, a parent will fall in one or multiple categories. So with the idea that we're going to be presenting in the parenting book that we're actually, in the process of writing now, is only two domains. Those domains being practical, and the other one is principle based. So what that means is, just to kind of give you a little bit of background before I really get into the specifics of how this affects your marriage. Practical based parents usually parent based off of a general understanding that there are other things that will cause children to act out. For an example, if there's a rule in the house that you can't run in the house, right? If you run in the house, then you can't play your PlayStation for 2 weeks. If that's the rule, and a parent who parents off of contingency sees a kid running in the house, 9 times out of 10, what they're going to say is why were you running? So they can get an understanding of what caused you to start running in the house, even though it's a rule that you can't, before they delve out the consequence. Okay, so this particular parent needs to understand the issue in its totality before they make a final decision on what's going to happen to you as a result of you breaking the rule. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If not, leave a quick. If anything that I say doesn't register, leave it in the comment section, and I'll get back with you with a more detailed explanation. But moving on. So the principle-based parent is going to parent based only off the rule. Okay, so if the rule is you cannot run in the house, if you do, there is going to be a consequence, then the principle-based parent is 9 times out of 10 not concerned with what caused you to run. I don't care why you're running, what you're running from, who you're running from. You ran, so now you can't play your PlayStation for 2 weeks. The problem with having one and not the other is an issue of balance. Okay? Issue of balance. And it's also an issue of parental control. What parental control is just your ability to control, to a certain extent, your child's behaviors within the home or any other context. That's basically what it is. So outside of that, though, if you don't have both of these dynamics working in the house at the same time, because both of them have their advantages and disadvantages, if you don't have them working at the same time, then what's going to happen is that kid is going to find ways to poke holes in your rules, in your consequences, and in your parenting overall, and they'll find ways to get over on you. Okay, so with the principle-based parent, you so strict and you're so hard up. What happens is you drive your kid to go and talk to the other parent who they know they can get over on and say, hey, look, Pop, man, he tripping. You know, he won't let me do this because I did this, but I tried to tell him blah blah blah. You know, and you get into this whole spiel where they're pitting one parent against the other, and then it becomes a issue between the spouses, you and your husband or you and your wife, rather than you all understanding what's going on and saying, hey, look, you ain't finna do this. Okay, so both of them have their advantages and disadvantages, but as it pertains to marriage, it becomes vastly important. Okay, one of the first conversations that you have to have when you're thinking about getting married, when you're in a serious or committed relationship with someone who maybe is interested in you, or you know you guys are planning to get married, you have to have the conversation of how are we going to parent these kids. And this is a conversation that is not had across the board, because we automatically assume, okay, that we have the same ideas about parenting, and 9 times out of 10 that is not the case. It's not the case. Okay, it's not. That is not always how it is, and you cannot assume that, because what most people don't understand is that kids and your inability to parent them on the same wavelength, right? Not in terms of treatment, but in terms of you and your spouse agreeing on how to parent those kids. If you guys can't do that, or come to a consensus about that, then it can ruin your marriage. It can totally destroy your marriage, and you'll be divorced before you even had a chance to get to really enjoy your marriage. All because you and your spouse can't agree on how to raise your kids. So, you know, what I you know, without giving you too much, because I do want you, you know, when the book comes out, you're gonna have to buy the book to get more information about it. But I want you guys to kind of start to begin to think about how you parent. So, am I a permissive parent, or am I a practical parent, or am I a principle based parent? A parent that, you know, parents my kids based off of the principle and nothing else. And if you are a single parent, you need to understand this even the more, because you are going to need to be able to do both. Highly difficult, but you're going to have to be able to do it. Okay? So I wanted to kind of put that out there to get us rolling, get us thinking about it. I'm going to be talking about parenting for like the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos. It's going to be a lot, because parenting takes up a lot of your time as a married couple, and it's also a very important part of your marriage. So, you know, we're going to be talking about that a lot. So, and I'm going to have my wife come in and join me on one of these videos and everything. So, just to get us started, just want you to know two ideas of parenting: practical and principle based. Practical being you understand parenting from you know, using contingencies, something happened, and principle based being you don't take into consideration any of that. It's based on the rule. You broke the rule, here's the punishment. So what I want you guys to do, those of you who are watching, those of you who are going to watch, you need to understand what level of parenting you fit in, and if you have not had a conversation with your spouse about what you guys feel are effective methods of parenting, you need to have that conversation ASAP, as soon as possible, like right now. Stop watching this video, like it, share it, check out the YouTube page. Once you've done all of that, have a conversation. All right. So hope you got something out of it. I'm gonna be coming with more in the coming weeks and days and months. So I love you guys. Hope you guys are having great, you know, marriages, and I hope you had a good holiday. You know, bless you and love y'all. Peace.